out of my Physicians Formula mineral wear. Like I'd worn down the middle and it was getting a little too peachy orange color for me to wear. Since it's a marbled powder, it had white in it, so once I wore down the middle, it got too orange. So I did have to get a new powder, and I was thinking about getting Manic Panic powders, but I actually found a better deal on eBay on some Stila base powder. I know it's an older product, that's why it was cheap, so I don't know if the packaging is different or not, but the thing with powdered products is they don't really go bad. I mean, they do go bad if you keep them for like 10 years or more, but powdered products do keep a lot longer than you know, liquids or creams or that kind of thing. So I usually try not to buy things that expire, like lip gloss online, you know, that kind of thing, or mascara. But you know, powders I feel pretty safe with buying. I found a really great deal on some Stila pressed powder, and I just got like the refill, so it doesn't have a fancy case or anything, but it's the product that really matters. And it comes in this little recyclable cardboard container. Usually when you see a fair powder, you're kind of used to seeing peachy pink colors, a little bit of yellow thrown in. You know what I mean. There's usually some kind of orange or yellow undertone to the powder, which it doesn't work for porcelain skin tones, really. A lot of you have been having the same problems as me trying to find powders that match our fair porcelain skin. Because naturally the face is redder than your neck. You want to match your foundation to your neck color, because that's what looks the most natural. Because, you know, that's like the color of the rest of your skin. So you want to try to match your foundation to your neck instead of trying to match your foundation to your actual face color, because especially my face, I have a lot of discoloration and, you know, kind of rosacea and that kind of thing. So what I've been using is I went back to my Lacura foundation in transparent, which is one of the lighter drugstore foundations that I have found that doesn't have any really obvious pink or yellow undertones to it. It's more neutral, which works really good for my skin. And then I got this powder. I really wasn't sure exactly what it looked like, but it is white. It is a white powder. I know, that looks really frightening in the pan. It looks crazy. It comes in this little clamshell, this little recyclable plastic clamshell. So it's not glamorous packaging or anything. But the product is what I'm going to rave about today. I would never have thought in a million years to use a white powder on my face. I thought it would look really chalky and gross, and like all the pink undertones would show through and it would look weird. No, this is amazing. This is translucent enough where it just blends in with the lighter tones of your skin if you are a porcelain girl. This is amazing. No yellow, no pink, no orange undertones at all. It's just a translucent white powder. And I'm going to use my Everyday Minerals brush and kind of get my T-zone, because I haven't touched this up since I applied my makeup. And it looks really natural though. That's the thing I do want to mention. It doesn't look like I'm wearing powder. And I don't feel greasy either. Like you can see that my skin is naturally kind of glowing. It doesn't cover up or mattify the skin completely. It just kind of sets everything and gives it a nice photo finish. I don't feel greasy though. Like I feel like it looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing a bunch of product. But I'll just show you. It doesn't apply streaky or, you know, straight up white. It just blends in with the skin really nicely. And I don't have any of that weird pink undertone of most normal fair or ivory powders. So you can see that. I mean, this would only work if you are extremely fair in porcelain. Like, you know, a lot of girls on here, actually, they don't make foundation and powders for us. They make them for people with pink, orange, yellow undertones. They don't make them for porcelain girls. And this would be perfect for redheads that have the fairest of the fair skin. It's gorgeous. It's translucent, so it wouldn't completely cover up your freckles, so you'd still look natural. Without a good foundation, your makeup is always going to be lacking something. So I figure if I just invest more in my powders, my foundations, whatever makeup I put on top will look really nice and be elevated to the next level. My husband complimented me the other day, like he really noticed a difference in my skin. He noticed that I didn't have the red showing through, that my face matched my neck. That's like the first time that's happened in God knows how long, because I mean, no drugstore foundations or powders will do this for you. So since I can't find a foundation that completely matches me, I find when I apply the white powder on top of that Lacura foundation, bam, I got the porcelain look that I've always wanted. It matches my neck, it matches the rest of my skin. I am absolutely in love with the Stila pressed powder. And it is completely vegan. I checked all the ingredients, so you guys are good on that. Stila's on my cruelty-free list, so give them a go. I'm really happy with this brand, and I probably will continue to buy powders from them. I also got a bronzer from them as well. I wanted to replace my NYC bronzer that I bought from the drugstore before I knew that they weren't completely cruelty-free. I just had a letter about this, actually. A girl, one of my subscribers, contacted NYC, and they gave her the runaround again. They said that that Cody doesn't test on animals. They haven't tested since 1991, and Cody owns NYC, so they were trying to tell her that they were a cruelty-free company. But I did some research on it even further, and they are owned by Dell Laboratories, which do test on animals, so that's not true. And I know she feels like bummed out about it, and I'm sorry, like that sucks, but I'm just gonna stick with my initial feelings about drugstore makeup and just say no to it for the most part. So yeah, I was trying to find a bronzer to replace the NYC bronzer because I wanted a matte bronzer. Like I have the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer, which I use every day for a highlight, just to add a bit of glow to my skin. I can't really use it for contouring though, because it is a shimmery powder, which, I mean, I can kind of get away with it a little bit, but I mean, I'd rather not have a shimmery contour color, especially with my acne scarring and stuff like that. So I was looking for a matte bronzer, and I found a really good deal on a Stila one as well, because I wanted to try out this brand. It is the Stila Sun SPF 15 bronzing powder. So this does have SPF 15 in it. The only problem I have with this packaging is that it is a little hard to open, and it seems a little bit cheap for how much this would cost if you bought it new. I think it's in the same price range, about $25. I got mine for $9 with shipping. So, and the refill was like $5 with shipping, or $6 with shipping, or something like that. So, like I said, you do have to be careful on eBay. Make sure that it's a legitimate seller, that they're not selling knockoffs of stuff. I always check to see their percentage rating and everything like that before I buy from them. So that is my disclaimer. If you're going to buy on eBay, just make sure you do that. But I've done that. I've done that every single time I buy something on there, and I've never had a problem. I've always had great products and really good prices. So this is the Stila bronzing powder in shade 1. Heard that shade 2 was still light enough for the uber pale like myself, but I didn't want to risk it, so I got the shade 1, and I'm glad I did. It is very comparable to that NYC bronzer that I got, except it is more finely milled, it blends easier, and it's by a company that doesn't test on animals. So very happy with this purchase. It's completely matte, no shimmer or sparkle whatsoever, so this is perfect for contouring. The only thing I might change about it is make it a little bit cooler of a tone, like I think NYX's taupe. I think I might try that in the future for contouring too, but this works really nice as well. I like having this warm color, and I would like to have a cooler contour color as well, just depending on what look I'm doing. This is a really great powder. I use my e.l.f. blush brush to do that, since it's nice and tapered. You can get a nice point, and you can direct the product exactly where you want it to go. So just kind of tap it off. Do you see how that applies really lightly? So it's not like you're going to look overly bronzed. It's going to be very subtle contour, which is what I wanted. I don't want anything extremely dark because I am so fair. But even with that white powder and my really light foundation, this bronzer blends in amazing. It blends out really well. You can use it on your cheeks as well for a little bit of color. It just looks really nice. And it feels super soft on the skin. I do like that it has the SPF 15 in there. So if I was going to recommend a vegan powder and a vegan bronzer for you guys, I'm definitely giving my thumbs up to the Stila bronzing powder in shade 1 and the Stila pressed powder in fair. So this is a great combo for those of you who are the same kind of skin tone as me, that can't find matches in the drugstore that are cruelty-free. These are completely cruelty-free. They're amazing products. Such a good quality powder. Like it's so finely milled and it just blends right into the skin. It doesn't look cakey whatsoever. I'm willing to spend a little bit more. Even if I had to buy this full price, I would do it just because it matches my skin. I mean, I can't tell you how much money I've wasted trying to find drugstore vegan cruelty-free powders that match the color of my skin. I mean, I wasted probably at least $40 trying to find that, you know? So why don't I just invest, you know, $25 and get the one that matches me and looks good? And I can even set my under eye concealer with it. It is that finely milled of a powder and that translucent of a color. So gotta rave this product, guys. You gotta go out and get it. If you've been having trouble finding foundation, if you've been having trouble finding a powder that matches, even if your foundation is a little bit too dark for you, if you apply this on top, I guarantee it's going to lighten it up a little bit and even out your skin really well. And I did want to mention something else for my pale sisters out there. I did find out that Manic Panic does have a foundation that's called Virgin, and it is it is a straight up white foundation that you can mix into whatever cruelty-free foundation you're using. If it is a shade too dark for you, mix in some of the Virgin foundation on a palette or whatever, and it'll match your skin. I've read about it on Makeup Alley. A lot of girls that are super pale have been doing that, so that's just a tip for you. If you don't have access to the Lacura foundation that I use, or you don't like it, find a different cruelty-free foundation and just mix in a little bit of that Virgin foundation and it will match your skin. So yeah, that's just some advice for my pale sisters, and I really hope that you guys check this stuff out. It's really good, and I'm going to be buying more Stila products in the future. I'm very pleased with their products and the quality.